Hey y'all, I know it's been a while since you've seen this ugly mug. Been super busy with work. I also started another channel, so if you like fishing and more specifically the bait finesse aspects, go check out the other channel. We've only got a couple videos uploaded. We're still dealing with winter at the moment, so fishing is kind of at a halt. But yeah, go check that out. I just wanted to pop in and say, we gotta start taking care of the kids, man. We gotta start doing things for them. I don't know if it's just my area or like a general thing that's happening, but the screens are getting out of control. I understand the irony of me recording this and sending this over a screen, but this is for the adults, you know? Get the kids out there. Be active in your community. I think it starts with us, really, you know? They see us on these pocket computers, you know, we're the internet generation. But we also got to see both sides of it, you know? We had the VHS tapes, you know, we were outside more than we were inside. It took, 4 hours to download a few songs. So, you know, we were out doing stuff while our music was downloading, but now it's like this, everything happens so fast. There's this instant gratification almost everywhere. And the socials play into that, and you know, it's nice for advancement of work and other things, but at the same time it's like they're missing out. I remember when I was a kid, we had this place called The Underground, and it was a place for local musicians to play, and there were so many kids that played music. It was amazing. You know, there were like almost all my friends were in a band at one point or another. And the skate parks were actually maintained. You know, there was stuff to do. There was places to go. You know, the city's a little bit different, but around here it's very rural, and you know, it just seems like the kids are inside all the time. The skate park has gone to shit. There's huge cracks everywhere. There's nails sticking out of it. You know, they had a skateboarder design it, and the people that maintain it don't have a clue of, you know, what a decent park is and what it needs to be maintained. So I'm sure there's not a lack of skateboarders. There's just a lack of a decent facility. Chester, Vermont needs to do better for sure. You know, it's slowly becoming just like this rich old people's place. It's like almost like a retirement community. We're gonna start seeing more shuffleboards than anything else. Drugs are big around here too, and again, I think that's because there's not enough outlets. There's not enough stuff going on for kids to partake in. You know, there's no more local music scenes, you know, unless you're an adult going to a bar and hearing karaoke once a week. Fuck that noise. There's nobody picking up instruments. There's nobody, you know, putting in what they got. There was local scenes all over the place. There was, you know, over in Ludlow, we had Rampage. The local pizza shop had like a stage in the back, and They had a cement bowl for skateboarding, and then they did the second tier. There was like a little loft area. They put in a mini ramp up there so you could skate the bowl or skate the mini ramp and listen to your friends play music, more or less. It was really cool. I wouldn't have half as many friends as I do now if it wasn't for music. You know, it was something nice that you could go out and you didn't have to be super social because you could just listen to the music, and you know, you could talk to the band members after the show was done, and you made friends that way. You're like, you know, hey, I heard you guys, you kind of sound like this band, and you know, they're one of my favorites, and I really dig what you're doing, or whatever, you know. But literally, I can't even count on two hands how many local bands there were, and it was great, you know. The kids got out. It was Friday night was skate and music night. Saturday night was more of like a chill vibe. You know, even the sandwich place there, Java Baba's, is now bought by Pops, which is slowly becoming a larger chain. They had music too. You could find these different spots with different vibes. Like the Java Baba's was the coffee and sandwich place, and you know, they had more like acoustic stuff. And you know, Rampage was for the kids. They always had metal there. Chester Underground was whatever. There was no limits. There was no certain genre. Somehow, I still don't understand, but the singer of Thursday had a record label called Eyeball Records, and they had signed this band, Mermaid in a Manhole, and somehow we got them to play there, and I was just blown away that my tiny town was able to pull some strings and get like a well-polished band to play, because until that point it was all just like, you know, kids. And a lot of those people that were in bands went on to create music. There's, you know, Zach was in this band called Stairfall, and he went on to do to make music tracks for hip-hop. And in the Burlington, Vermont area, he's one of the go-to guys if you need some tracks. So, you know, and then Colby was another one. I think he either played guitar. Yeah, he must have played guitar. I don't think he played bass, because Zach was on drums. Jim was on bass at the time, but he ended up playing drums after that, and he was in a band for a long time with another one of my friends, and you know, they did little tours. They would save up money and go to these venues and all over New England, like Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York. I've had, you know, some friends play at the Palladium. It's definitely missing, man. You know, not only did these kids make friends where they wouldn't have, but they have careers because of it. It's, you know, we invest in our children. They're the future, but you know, if all they have is screens, you know, we're gonna have a bunch of people making AI, and that's about it. Like, if they can't do it on a computer, they're not gonna be successful, you know. school sports are a thing, but it's also like school sports are, sometimes happen on the weekend, but if that's not going on, what are the kids doing? Sitting at home. They don't have a place to go that's safe and, that isn't going to get them in trouble, because that's what happens with children. When they're left to their own devices, a lot of times it's accidents or just poor judgment, but that's how, laws get broken and drugs get taken, and it's not good. There needs to be some sort of revival. There needs to be something that goes on, like where we actually are face to face with other people. That's the other thing too, is like when you would go out and rent a movie from Blockbuster, you were interacting with other people, right? Even if it was just the counter person, you had somebody to talk to. You were making interactions, like live face-to-face interactions, which doesn't happen anymore. The more we get absolved into Amazon and, in Netflix and things like that, the more detached we become. We aren't supporting the local cashier, the local vendors, the local anything. It's a problem. I understand it's hard. I use Amazon. I get it. Especially in this area, they supply a lot of things that normally I can't get my hands on. We got some big box stores, but they're all an hour away. I have to plan at least a half a day just to shop around. I like my quiet neighborhood. I like my quiet town, but I don't like the lack of youth activities. I don't like the lack of just care, It seems like everybody's just... That's the other thing too, is like this social media era is like very ego-centered. You're like, how many likes can I get? Like, you're comparing yourself to other people, and everybody wants to show the best side of themselves. Nobody's talking about their losses. Everybody's talking about their wins. Everybody's living that great life for the camera. It's not real. It sets false expectations. You're only seeing a portion, and it's what other people allow you to see. And it's just... I'm not a fan. I really think there needs to be a change in the way things happen. These kids need to fucking touch grass. The fact that that's even a saying tells you where we're at as a society. The fact that you can say go touch grass means, put down the computer, put down the game, go outside. That was just a part of life when I was a kid. You wanted to be outside. You begged to be outside. Now the kids throw a hissy fit when they have to leave the house. My son, he does like to leave the house, but he also complains when we're out there that he doesn't want to be wherever we are, so he's a very conflicted boy. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, I think of all these magical moments I had as a child, and I know that my children may never get to have those, and that makes me not feel great. So hopefully this video sparks some change. I don't know what we can do. Maybe we're too far gone, but we can hope. We can try. We can be more active in our communities and realize that just because we have connections on the internet doesn't mean we have real life connections, and the real life connections are far more important. So that's all I got to say. You may see this channel dwindle down, but when I feel like I need to speak my mind, I'll come here, and y'all are welcome to talk about it, say what you want in the comments. Yeah. Until the next one, philosophy for the modern being. Deuces.